Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. Yeah! I'm back again. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the best channel on YouTube, hands down, Ringo TV. Yeah. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's getting really crazy, guys. I don't know what to say, guys, but it's getting crazy. So just pull up a chair and just kind of tune in. So in the news, guys, we have an interesting story for you. It's just getting really, really crazy, guys. But we got to nip this one in the bud right away and talk about it, because it appears that Nolan Wells' friends, that's right, his good friends, pretty much have all joined together, if that makes sense. And basically, they have set up a Give, Send, Go account. That's right. It is out of this world, guys. I don't know what to say, guys. But we got to talk about this one, man. We really got to talk about this one because it is just getting sick. They have set up $100,000 Give, Send, Go. This is a mess. This Nolan Wells case is a mess on both sides. It's a mess. I don't know what to think, guys. Like, what do I do? Everybody's trying to get paid now. You got the grifters. They got paid $800,000. Now the white friends are trying to get paid on Give, Send, Go. You can't make this up, guys. You can't make this up, gang. Like, this is getting out of hand, guys. I don't know what to do, guys. Like, for real. But we're going to talk about it, right? Let me make a post real fast, guys. Give me a minute. Let me do this. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Because y'all come in, y'all don't hit the like button. Y'all just be hating every day. Every single day I do a stream, y'all just hate. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Let me see. Breaking news. Nolan Wells' white friends declare war on black people. Man, oh man. I told you guys this is going to turn into a race war. I told you. Y'all didn't believe me. Now it's all coming out. I don't trust nobody, fam. I don't trust neither side when it comes to this, bro. None. I don't trust nobody. But we got to talk about this, this Give, Send, Go. We got to talk about this because this is a mess. This is a mess. And I'm going to explain why. Because let me load down the music a little bit. I don't know if it's overlapping my voice, but it should be better now. So where do we begin, man? Where do we be? Oh my goodness. I'm just flabbergasted by this. I'm completely lost, guys. Like, I'm trying to get myself, situated because I cannot believe that Nolan's good friends decided to go down the same route as the grifters. I can't believe this. I thought these folks were innocent. This just makes things worse because didn't they tell us the other day that the father of Warren, that he's offering up a $50,000 reward? Didn't that? Let's see if we could pull that up, guys. Let's see if we pull that up on the screen. This is sick. Didn't they just say the other day that the dad of the friend of of Nolan, Warren's pops, they said that he offered $50,000 for information and insists we want to know what happened too. So I'm trying to figure out how it go from the father offering up $50,000 to now setting up a give, send, go for $100,000. Is he trying to take your money so that he could offer it up? This is crazy. This is crazy. Is the father of Warren setting up a give, send, go so that he could take your money and use that for the reward? What the heck is going on, bruh? We already know that Nolan's mom is out here robbing people, taking all this money through GoFundMe. Now we got Nolan's good, innocent friends setting up give, send, goes. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Because look at the headlines. Dad of friend pretty much setting up 50K reward. You see, it's all over. It's on people.com. It's on Yahoo. It's on New York Post, the Sun Herald. So all the mainstream spots have publicized that Warren's father is offering up 50K. But guys, we got breaking news. I can't believe this. Check it out, gang. Look at this. Give, send, go. Stand with Nolan Wells' targeted friends? What? The goal is set at 100,000. You know that's going to change, right? You know, listen, guys, let me give you the play-by-play book. This give, send, go is going to be at 100,000 possibly before this night ends. Because what's happening now is this. The white community is coming together to band with Nolan's friends to go to war against the black community. This is crazy. This is a mess. I told you guys what was coming. Y'all didn't believe me. Now look. It's happening right in front of our faces, man. Everybody is milking the system. Everybody getting paid. Y'all worried about me. Ringo keep making videos about Nolan Wells. Ringo's getting paid. Look at Nolan Wells' buddies. They're getting paid. These guys already raised $42,000 because of dummies. You dummies are sending these folks your money. Everybody's getting rich. All you got to do is set up a give, send, go, a GoFundMe, and claim that you're going to fight for justice. If these kids are supposed to be innocent and they didn't do nothing wrong, why in the world, why would anybody be starting a GoFundMe, a give, send, go for what? This just makes it worse because now it's going to make people question the integrity of these young men. This is crazy, man. I can't believe this, y'all. I can't. And shout out to the members joining in. I don't know, man. I told you guys that the race war was beginning, and now this is bad, man. This is really, really bad. But let's read what it says, guys, because I know you just can't wait to hear what it says. Because they're declaring war against content creators. So all content creators that have said anything about Nolan friends, we're all being sued. Oh no. We're all in trouble. We all got to fear for our lives because the fisherman is coming for us. This is embarrassing, man. And people actually supporting it. I'm telling you, people stupid, bruh. People were stupid to send Nolan Wells' mama $800,000. Now people are stupid because they're sending these boys $100,000. They talking about they going after Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, and they going after social media commentators. Man, get the fuck out of here. You out of your damn mind. This is crazy. This makes matters worse. This is making matters worse for those boys, guys. Because they're going around saying that people on social media have accused the boys of killing Nolan Wells. I never did that. I never did that. I never did that. Because I don't have no facts that they committed a crime. Didn't I tell you that all the time, guys? That I never accuse anybody of killing somebody. I never did that. But it doesn't really matter. In their minds, anybody that speaks against them, in their mind, is guilty. This is why I don't trust these boys, and I don't trust that father. I don't trust anybody that say they putting up $50,000 for a reward, right? And then turn around and set up a give, send, go to raise money. Nah, I can't trust you, man. You're dirty at this point. This is disgusting. Disgusting. If these boys are supposed to be innocent, then why are they trying to do this? Why? It makes no sense, gang. Let's see what it says, man. Let's go into that. So it starts off with stand with Nolan Wells' targeted friends. So now the narrative is that Nolan Wells' friends are targeted. You see that? So now they're playing the victims now. This is a mess. I thought those boys were innocent. Now you see they're playing the victim. Guys, man, this is so bad. It says on Independence Day weekend of 2026, lives were changed forever when a group of friends lost their best friend, Nolan Wells. But let's stop right there, because when we think about the case, we got to look at the facts. You know, I covered a lot in regards to this case. And one thing that stood out to me is that not even the father of Warren have even addressed the fact that all these young men are underage and they're all drinking. But your ass want to be out here setting up give, send, goes, talking about people on social media when your son and his friends and buddies were out drinking, partying, and another young man turned up dead, right? They claim they tried to get him on the boat, but Nolan didn't want to come on the boat. But at no point did they say, okay, Nolan, since you're not coming on the boat, here's your cell phone just in case, because, you know, since you're not coming on the boat, right? Let me give you your cell phone because just in case you're on the island or whatever, maybe I could reach you, or, you know, somebody could reach you because we don't want to worry. But no, instead, they leave. Most likely, Nolan Wells is intoxicated, left in the water, and nobody thought about his safety. So now we see everybody's doing damage control. They're trying to protect themselves. We got the father trying to be tough by posting $50,000 reward. Like, what are we supposed to do? Send you information on what happened to Nolan, you need to ask your son. How the hell you going to set up a $50,000 reward, right? And basically asking the public, like, we want to know what happened too. Like, what the fuck we gonna tell you? We weren't there. Your son was there. His friends were there. So if anything, sir, Dr. Benjamin Hudson, your ass is supposed to talk to your son about what happened. How the fuck you gonna make up a $50,000 reward for information when the public was not there? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You supposed to be asking your son and his friends why they left Nolan behind. You see, the heat is turning up. So now you guys want to go set up Give, Send, Go accounts. Why? Because you're afraid. You're afraid of what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like Ben Crump. I don't like Al Sharpton. And I think that Nolan Wells' mama is a grifter. But I don't trust none of y'all. None of y'all. Y'all a bunch of fucking hustlers. All of y'all. The family of Nolan Wells, hustling, grifters. And now we got the white friends of Nolan Wells hustling on Give, Send, Go. Talking about fundraiser funds will be received by Tyler A. Cox law firm. Sure, Tyler Cox. What a fitting name. Everybody's getting paid, y'all. Y'all can't see? All these attorneys getting paid. And the people so stupid, they keep sending their money. Man, stop sending money to these damn people. Y'all crazy. Guys, y'all need to understand something here. The father of Warren set up a $50,000 reward the other day. Talking about the father of one of Nolan Wells' friends is offering a $50,000 reward for information about the teen's disappearance and death. How could you make that and put it out publicly like we were on Horn Island with these damn kids? This is so stupid. It's just like when Al Sharpton, not Al Sharpton, yeah, it was Al Sharpton, that damn clown. Al Sharpton got up there at Nolan's funeral, mind you, a funeral, and offering up money, right? So now the father of Warren decides he gonna play the same thing and flex. But how could you flex talking about you offering 50,000 and then not even 3 days, you come back and start a Give, Send, Go? Look what it says. Fundraiser created by Benjamin Hudson. So the same guy that offered up $50K for information on what happened to Nolan Wells is the same guy setting up a Give, Send, Go. Bro, this is embarrassing, man. Make sure y'all hit the damn like button, y'all. Stop hating, man. What the fuck? Stop hating. Ain't nobody breaking this stuff down like me. We keep it lit, keep it hot. And everybody hating me. They just like to watch me. They don't want to support the work. But look what this group already made. 42,000 in a few hours. And people worrying about me making videos. Ain't that something? This is crazy. Absolutely sick that you guys, you friends of Nolan, if you guys were so innocent, why will you be concerned about the opinions of people? You understand? Okay, you got a couple of idiots on social media making threats. Well, that don't got nothing to do with the majority of people. That don't got nothing to do with civil discourse. That don't have nothing to do with black people as a whole. But when you do this, you are declaring war against black people. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're saying. What you're saying is, hey, all white people, come on board, gather up, saddle up, truck. We got to go to war with these black folk. That's what you're saying. This is not going to end well. The opinions is going to come like never before now. My goodness, they're going to go ham on social media now. Because if these kids were innocent, why would this be set up? Why? There's no reason for this. If I know that I'm Nolan's friend and I didn't do nothing to Nolan, I don't got nothing to worry about. The only time people start doing stuff like this, guys, is when somebody's guilty. And I told you, from when Officer Tatum did that interview with them boys, that is when I lost all respect for Officer Tatum, because he took a side. And it was almost like he was trying to clear their name, like he was being paid to clear the boy's name. And because it didn't work, now the father is trying to make it hot. So he's talking about he's going to be going after Ben Crump. He's going to go, listen, man, I don't know what kind of battle you think this is, but just going against, and I'm not even no supporter of no Ben Crump, but I'm telling you straight up and down, if you think that you're going to try to go up against Ben Crump, civil rights attorney, that's a disaster zone waiting for you, because that is exactly what they want you to do. You guys falling right into the grift, right into the pit. I thought you guys are smart. Do you understand the strategic game of grifting and how it works? By you guys declaring war against Crump, you're gonna only open a door for all these civil rights folks to come out of the woodworks, and they're gonna band together and crush you, drain your pockets, and they're gonna bring up things on these boys like never before. It's gonna be a mess, y'all. Listen, guys, we ain't see the half of what's coming. And see, when you think about it, look at the photo they use of them fishing. They're fishing for money, y'all. Ain't that something? They're fishing for money. They're trying to see how many of you they can catch. This is bad, bro. This is bad. And Officer Tatum, you looking bad. You looking bad, sir. Bad. Because you were basically trying to make it seem like these boys are good guys. And now we're seeing the true colors coming out. Now they trying to make money. Now they trying to make money. I wouldn't be surprised if Tatum basically encouraged them to do this. I wouldn't be surprised. He probably going to promote this for them. But let's see what it says. It says on Independence Day weekend of 2026, lives were changed forever when a group of friends lost their best friend, Nolan Wells. No family should have to endure the pain of losing a son, and no friend should have to grieve the loss of a brother. Keep in mind, these are the same guys that didn't give Nolan back his phone These are the same guys that left Nolan at the island, knowing that he was intoxicated, drunk, possibly high, right? They didn't bring him into the boat. They didn't help to save him, right? But instead, they told you on Officer Tatum's page that, well, Nolan decided to stay back, right? To cover themselves. That was the alibi. So it goes on and it says, but instead of being allowed to mourn, what followed was an unprecedented online campaign of accusations, harassment, threats, and defamation. See, this is where it's going to get in trouble. They're going to get in trouble for this one, because this whole sentence is misleading, because the framing of this sentence is that Crump, Al, the family of Nolan pretty much put together a campaign. So basically what they're saying is that Al Sharpton, Crump organized social media and influencers to campaign with them to bring about accusation, harassment, threats, and defamation on the boys. That's a lie, because I don't work with Crump. So that's defamation in and of itself, because this sentence right here describes a situation of Crump campaigning and organizing a mob attack against the boys. So basically, Nolan Wells' friends, which is supervised by Warren's father, is alleging that all social media content creators, influencers, have joined in an unprecedented online campaign of accusation, harassment, threats, and defamation. That's defamation in and of itself, because you're basically throwing all of us content creators in a pot, claiming that we're all in a campaign to go against Nolan's friends. Do you see that, guys? So it goes on and it says, since Nolan's death, Warren Hudson, Jax Patelo, Morgan Seymour, and many others have been inundated with death threats. First of all, I don't know who the fuck you guys are. Never heard of these names except the father's name. You understand? So this is news to me. But you guys are claiming that you received death threats, threats of violence, and defamation. Okay, who did that? Because that would have to be proven. That would have to be proven. Who did that? Because if you're accusing social media influencers of this, you will be sued for defamation. You will be sued for slander and false accusations. Because whoever made death threats against you, you need to go to law enforcement with that. But when you come online and you make a give, send, go and publicize this as if though the black community in of itself is making death threats, slander, and all this other mess, you are opening a can of worms. This is not going to end well. Guys, this is a mess. I do not trust Nolan's friends at this point. I don't trust them at all. I don't trust nobody in this case. I don't trust Nolan's mama, the stepdad. I don't like Ben Crump, and I don't like Al Sharpton, and I don't trust these boys, and I don't trust Brandon Tatum. This is disgusting what I'm reading. So it goes on and it says, many others have been inundated with death threats, threats of violence, and defamation. They have been falsely and wrongfully blamed by individuals online and in media of either directly or indirectly having a hand in Nolan's death. You see that, guys? So basically, what the father is implying is that the mainstream media, right, directly or indirectly have accused the boys of having a hand in Nolan's death. Sir, let me talk to you to make sense. Your son and all of his friends were on an island drinking, and they're underage. Nolan was 18. These young men are underage and they were drinking. Did you know that, sir? If you're a father, why the fuck you're not concerned about young men underage drinking while in water, possibly smoking, possibly using drugs, right? We don't know what these young men were doing, but you're here talking about, oh, they have been falsely and wrongfully blamed. Sir, Nolan Wells is dead. Do you understand? Your son, Warren, took it to social media to talk about matters that he should have never even talked about. If your son was smart, if you was smart, you would have told your son to shut up. But no, you guys trust Officer Tatum. And because of these interviews, the media, all of the blogs, content creators, influencers, everybody's gonna have an opinion. So who the fuck you think you are to try to imply that we cannot share our opinion in the United States of America? You out of your damn mind. We have a responsibility and a right to criticize whoever the fuck we want. This is America. You don't own no slaves around here. Do you understand, sir? I'm a free man. Do you understand? Free. This is not the 50s. This is not the 40s or the 30s. I'm a free man. Them boys were with Nolan. And as young men, they had a responsibility of giving Nolan Wells back his cell phone. They didn't give Nolan Wells his cell phone. They claimed they tried to get Nolan on the boat, but Nolan didn't want to go. Okay, give him his cell phone. Why they didn't give him his cell phone, sir? Why they left that kid out there with no phone? Why? See, all of these questions need to be answered. Don't get mad at the media because you don't like what they're saying. If your boys are innocent, why are you worried about it? If no arrest's been made, why are you worried about it? You got a problem, you need to take that up with Nolan Wells' mother, because the mother is the one who put your boy out on social media. Nolan Wells' mother put the photo of Nolan's friends on social media, not the blogs, not the news media. Nolan Wells' mother did that. So when you start your give, send, go, you need to direct all your bullshit to Nolan Wells' mama. Do you understand? Don't go talking tough and big when the mama of Nolan Wells is the one who aired out Warren, aired out names, and so forth. They gave all the information to make social media find who they need to find. You understand? That's the facts. Nolan is dead. If these boys are innocent, why the need to start a give, send, go? What are you raising money for? For personal use or to waste your time? Because you're falling right in the hands of Ben Crump. You're falling right in the hands of the grift. Because now the public is not going to take those boys serious at all. Whatever support that those boys were getting, they're going to lose all that support because now people are seeing a different side. See, I gave them boys the benefit of the doubt. I gave them boys the benefit of the doubt, and I never passed judgment. In none of my videos have I said that those boys killed Nolan Wells. Never. I speculate, I share my thoughts, my opinions, I ask questions, but I have never accused those boys of killing Nolan Wells. At the same time, with all the things those boys said on social media, it raises questions about what could have been done that could have saved Nolan Wells. And these are the kind of questions that people have. Like why they left him behind. Why Warren took it to social media to say, hey, Nolan decided to stay. And, you know, it is what it is. We were leaving. He ain't have to say that. He said that to take the responsibility off his hands. But nobody's talking about alcohol, possible drugs. Nobody's talking about these substances. From the beginning of this case, I said that Nolan Wells died due to an accidental drowning. But when you look at the timeline of events, it is very unlikely that Nolan just dropped dead out of nowhere because the boys were having trouble with a boat. Before they even set to sail, they were asking Nolan to get on the boat. At least that's what it appears to be based on the stories. But at the same time, the boys were close to the island. People were around. Other boats was around. People were in the water. So there was more people on the island. Right? So anything could have happened. But see, when you got young men drinking, partying, and they're all doing interviews, it's going to raise a heck of a lot of questions. And that's exactly what happened. So you can't get in your feelings because people have opinions. You understand? Because when that autopsy dropped, oh man, when that autopsy dropped, you're gonna see a firestorm, guys. They're gonna have to call in the National Guard. They're gonna have to call in the military, everybody, before they release the autopsy and the toxicology results. They are gonna have to get the streets in order because it's gonna be a riot. Because if I'm a betting man, that toxicology test is coming back with drugs. Not only drugs, alcohol, all sorts of stuff was in this young man. And it's going to show a dark side of what was going on. And it's going to raise a heck of a lot of questions on what these young men are hiding from their parents, from law enforcement, and so on and so forth. There's going to be a lot of people that will have to give apologies, retract statements, you name it. You understand? Let's get back to the content. So, they said basically they have been falsely and wrongfully blamed by individuals online. Well, you need to name them. Don't just say individuals. You need to name those individuals and make it clear. So individuals online and in the media of either directly or indirectly having a hand in Nolan's death. So let me get this straight, sir. As a man, based on the circumstances and everything at hand, you don't think that with all the information that's out there, that there's a possibility that these young men may possibly have a hand in negligence that could have prevented this situation with Nolan if they would have got him on the boat? See, this is what's sad about this, is that what I'm seeing here is a father basically just trying to save his son because he know that this is a can of worms that been opened and it may implement his son into this situation. He knows that. So it goes on. Most of them could not even attend their best friend's funeral. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because based on the interview, the young men said that they didn't go because they were concerned about their security. Nolan's mom never rejected them or banned them from a funeral. They could have came to the funeral. They just didn't want to. So that's a lie, right? Goes on and it says, why? Because race baiters sent a deranged army after them online in the name of justice. See, this is where it can get disgusting, because the father of Warren is alleging that the race baiters sent a deranged army after them online in the name of justice. Okay, so you are implying and generalizing the entire black community on social media of being a part of an army that went after these young men. This ain't gonna end well. You're accusing everybody. You talking about these boys being falsely accused. You're falsely accusing everybody on social media. Now, I would agree that Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, Nolan Wells' mom, that they're race baiters. A lot of these so-called influencers that race hustle, they're into that type of stuff. But to imply that race baiters sent a deranged mob or a deranged army after them, you're being disingenuous, because you're alleging that there was a mob, an army of people, primarily black people, that went after these young men, basically threatening their life and harassing them. That's a lie, because all content creators are not doing that. They're asking questions. This is why I do not trust or support Nolan Wells' friends. You can't pay me to support them damn kids. Because when I see this, it disgusts me. Because if these kids are innocent, all they got to do is just shut up, because nobody been arrested. If you guys know that you ain't do nothing wrong, why are you concerned about what people saying on social media? You didn't do nothing wrong, right? So it goes on and it says, since the beginning of the investigation, these young men have cooperated with authorities, turned over all the information they had, and provided an overwhelming number of witnesses accounting for their whereabouts. Some of them even resorted to speaking up publicly to defend themselves against baseless allegations. Well, if these young men take it to social media to defend themselves and speak up, then guess what, sir? They're going to get criticized. That's how social media works. There's an old saying: when you get arrested, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. On social media, there is such thing as the court of public opinion, where we have court online. You can't stop that. That is how social media works. We have court online and we investigate cases. And right now, you guys are not looking good. You're looking mighty suspect, right? So if these boys came on public platforms like Brandon Tatum to defend themselves, so basically that's what they were doing. So the interviews, see guys, it all comes out. So now this father is basically exposing that Nolan Wells' friends doing interviews with Brandon Tatum, it wasn't about being truthful. It wasn't about giving accounts of what happened. It was about them defending themselves. Are you seeing that? You see that, guys? It wasn't about bringing the truth. It wasn't about justice for Nolan Wells. It wasn't about none of that stuff. It was about them trying to defend themselves. They were thinking about themselves, man. This is crazy, bro. It says, but unfortunately, it has become clear that the truth doesn't matter. No, the truth doesn't matter to you, sir. When it comes to social media, what we do is we talk, we have conversations, we debate, we criticize, because it's all to find the truth. But you don't want us to have conversations. You don't want us to talk. You want us to shut up. You're trying to silence the voices of the people. And because of this alleged race war that was started by Nolan Wells' mother, now it brought you guys to set up give, send, go accounts. So now you guys are generating money. This is sick. And you put the boys there fishing, which is not a good picture to use, because it looks like you guys are fishing for money. You're fishing for how many fish you can catch, how many dummies you can catch on your hook. That's what this photo represents. You see? This is so sad, man. So sad. So, look what it says, gang. Countless large voices across social media declared them guilty of crimes they could not have committed and have never been charged with. Okay, who on social media have declared that Nolan Wells' friends are guilty? Who are they? What are their names? Because Ringo TV have never declared Nolan Wells' friends guilty of murdering him. Because you know why? There's no proof and nobody been arrested. So who are the people that did that? What are the names? Who are they? Because you said large voices. So who are these voices? It would have been good for you to list these names. Right? So it goes on and it says their names, faces, and personal information were spread across the internet. When you talk about their faces, sir, you got to talk to Nolan Wells' mother. Remember? Nolan Wells' mother plastered your son and his friends all over social media. She did that. Let me provide the evidence for the court of public opinion. Give me a minute, guys. Let me go get the receipts. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to have false accusations of people claiming that influencers did this. No. We got to look at who spread this and who started this. The ones who did this is Nolan Wells' mother. Let me see if I can find this. Give me a minute. Okay. Let me look through this files here and find these receipts of Nolan Wells' mother putting out these friends. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see. I got so many images, guys. It's unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Watch this, gang. Here we go. Boom. This image posted by Christine Wansley on Facebook, July 5th, is the infamous photo of Nolan Wells and his buddies. This photo was published by Christine Wansley, not influencers on social media. So when the news media and various other outlets had photos of these young men, it is because of Christine, not social media influencers. Right? So when you say their names, faces, and personal information were spread across the internet, Brandon Tatum interviewed these young men and we learn of their names. So are you alleging that Brandon Tatum is a part of these large voices? Is that what we're saying here? Guys, this is dumb as hell. Because here's the thing. If you got a social media and your name is on your social media and it's public, bro, you're defeated already. Anything that is publicly made is public information. So nobody necessarily put it out there. Just like if Christine puts a photo of Nolan Wells' friends and him out there, if that photo was on social media, that's public knowledge. You can't cry about that. That's not a private situation. Whatever you post on a public platform becomes public information, right? So their names, faces, and personal information. Okay, personal information. So you're alleging that us social media influencers, that we doxed these young men. That never happened on my platform. So you're going to have to get your facts straight with these false allegations against influencers, because anybody reading this would assume that all of us influencers that have opinions about the case, that we're spreading personal information across the internet. That's not true. You would have to find who's doxing these young men and bring that to local authorities. So it goes on and it says, they and their families have received thousands of hateful messages, death threats, and calls for violence. Well, that has nothing to do with influencers on social media. You would have to let law enforcement know about that. Anybody that's making death threats, that should be pretty much shared with local law enforcement to bring about arrest. But when it comes to social media, hateful messages, guy, you're going to have to grow up. People are going to be hateful on social media. If you don't like that, get off of social media. If you don't have a social media, you wouldn't know. So obviously you're reading things. People are going to always hate. That's social media for you. You understand? But to be blaming all social medias and accusing them of this is wrong. So it goes on and it says they have been threatened online and in person countless times. Well, again, take it up with law enforcement. That have nothing to do with us. Parents have feared for their children's safety. Go to law enforcement, get a restraining order. That has nothing to do with us. Lives have been turned upside down, and some have had to go into hiding. Hiding? Sir, Nolan Wells' friends have been doing interviews publicly. That's not looking like hiding, right? When you do public interviews, you're making your face and your likeness known to the world. So save me of going into hiding. So he goes on and he says, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and the usual suspects. Guys. He just made a racial comment that we have to talk about. The term usual suspects on social media refers to who? Those of you that are in the live chat. Anytime there's a crime and you see people post in the comments, the usual suspects, who is that referring to? When I tell you that this is a very dangerous thing that was done, very, very dangerous, guys. If none of you in the live chat are going to comment when I ask questions, I'm turning the live chat off for the rest of the live stream. I asked you, when you see comments posted under posts when there are crimes taking place and they say, oh, the usual suspects, who are they referring to? If no one in the live chat answer that question, I am going to turn the fucking chat off. Because one thing I don't like is when people are in the chat and you don't participate. It don't make no sense that you be here if you're not going to participate. You understand? Ninjas, them dark folk. Let's just say black people. Blacks. That's who they're talking about. Anytime you see comments, usual suspects, they're talking about black people. So, what this guy said in this post, when he says, oh, usual suspects, he's referring to black people. Are you seeing that? He's being racist. Do you see that, guys? This is not going to end well, guys. The social media streets is going to go crazy. Anytime, because if you frequent social media, whenever black people do stuff, like let's say, for example, you got a group of kids and they commit a crime. You'll see white people come in and they'll say, usual suspects. What they're saying is these ninjas at it again, usual suspects. That's a term for N-words. Y'all better get your social media etiquette up. Y'all better get the lingo of how social media works. When racists comment on social media when black people commit crimes or do some sort of acts of violence, they love to come into the comments and flood it with usual suspects. That is their way of saying N-words at it again. So when you see this guy says Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and the usual suspects of social media personalities, he just talked about all black people. All black people. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. My goodness, bro. You would think. And see, Officer Tatum, you looking bad right now. You looking bad because you were defending these boys. But here, the father of Warren is being racist. He is. It's one thing if he say Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, but then he used the term usual suspects. That is what racists use on social media, guys. 100% facts. That is a factual statement. Racists use the term usual suspects anytime they're referring to black people. So when he says usual suspects of social media personalities, he's talking about black influencers, black news anchors, black media, anybody that's black. Then he says local provocateurs continue to invent and spread false narratives and lies with no accountability. You see that? Now, there are a lot of false narratives being posted, such as the infamous audio enhancement that a black woman posts. That is very misleading. We already debunked that, right? I believe that she should be arrested and or sued by the parents of Bart and various others for lying by alleging that Nolan was on a boat dead, and you can hear his voice. You can hear words of the kids saying, "Is he dead, Nolan?" All this other junk. That was very misleading. So that's true. But to lump in all black people like this, why you didn't add in Nancy Grace? Why you didn't throw her in? She's white. And she had a lot to say. See, this father seems to have an issue with black people, guys. And we're just calling it as it is. See, a lot of folks, right? They be like, oh, Ringo hates black people. He buck dance for white people. Do I look like I'm buck dancing for anybody? I'm literally telling you that the father of Warren clearly has an issue with black people. Clearly. Rather than he focus on who have said the offense, instead he lumped in everybody. He just said the usual suspects, social media personalities. So he's saying that black personalities on social media, they're the usual suspects. National news media, he's talking about somebody black. And local provocateurs continue to invent and spread false narratives and lies with no accountability. This is crazy. Rather than him call it out by name. You understand? Hold up. You saying that the woman who did the audio thing started a GoFundMe too? Please tell me that that's not true. Please tell me. Please tell me that that's just a rumor, guys. Are you serious? You gotta be. No, this can't be, guys. Let me go look it up. Guys. This can't be. This can't be. This can't be, guys. This can't be. I'm going and check. I'm going and check right now, guys. Let me go get her name so I can go check. This can't be. Let me check this out. Let me get her name so I can. This can't be, guys. Let's go to GoFundMe and let's go look. GoFundMe. Because I told you guys that she was doing it for attention because she's trying to bring attention to her business, and this money is motivated by money. I don't see anything. I see a GoFundMe, but that's a troll who made that. No money was raised. It says support Janetta Bradley's brave work. Nobody ain't donate to that garbage. Unless there's another one that I don't know about. What's the name? What's the name of who started it? Because that's why I go check first. I don't listen to you guys when y'all say stuff because y'all don't do y'all research. So like how you said, there's a GoFundMe. Well, I just checked and I don't see anything. That's why I'm asking, what is the name the GoFundMe was started by? Who started the GoFundMe? Because I checked the name of the woman and there is no GoFundMe. You said it could be Give, Send, Go. Okay, let's go there and see. Give, Send, Go. If she started a GoFundMe or Give, Send, Go, she's going to be on the chopping block next. Because I'm telling you, everybody is hustling, man. Everybody trying to get paid. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Support for our family after threats. Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh, my goodness. This is disgusting. Everybody is grifting, y'all. I can't believe this. This fundraiser created by Ashley Brantley. Fundraiser funds will be received by Ashley Brantley. Oh my goodness, bro. This is sad. Oh no, we got to expose this mess. This is, bro. Everybody is grifting, guys. Everybody is hustling on these fundraiser sites. They're all fundraising. Wow. I can't believe this mess, bro. So you was right. You were right. You were right. My goodness. This is sick. This is sick. I can't believe this. Let me put it on the screen, guys. Give me a minute. My apologies to the person who said that about the GoFundMe thing. I stand corrected. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, guys. I can't. This is getting out of hand. Everybody's hustling the people at this point. Everybody's doing it, guys. Check it out. Check it out, guys. Look at this. This is the woman. It looked like her and her sister or somebody. I don't even know. Her goal is begging for $50,000. Support our family after threats and hate. No, fuck you. You out of your damn mind. This is sick. Why do these pages exist, guys? Nobody should be supporting this garbage. Everybody's saying they're being threatened and they're receiving hate. You don't see this? What the heck is going on? So let me get this straight. So because you feel people don't like you, you start a Give, Send, Go, and you need $50,000? What? This is crazy. Support our family after threats and hate. Isn't that the same thing that Nolan Wells' friends are saying? That they're being threatened and hated and everybody's just trying to make money? Let me show you what they said, guys. Look at this mess. I'm done. This is sick. I can't believe it. I thought this wasn't true. Look at this. Whoa, what? Wait a minute. Whoa. What the heck? Her wife? What? Wait. My wife and I try. No, wait. No. So I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm done. This is getting more crazy. I'm thinking this is her sister. This is her wife. Oh my goodness, bro. I knew it. The signs were there. At the same time, to each their own. This is a mess. My goodness, bro. My wife and I tried to help with the Nolan Wells case by enhancing audio that was circulating online. Since then, we've been threatened, lied upon, harassed, and doxxed. Everybody's saying the same thing. Y'all can't see that, guys? Everybody's saying the same thing? Everybody's saying the same thing. Our businesses are being attacked online, and we're being painted as criminals that we've never been. We're raising funds to help us during this unsafe time. What? Woman, you got online claiming that you enhanced audio, and now you mad because people got opinions of you? First of all, you tampered with a phone call, and you should be arrested for a felony, and you should be put in jail because you made a very misleading audio recording, alleging that you were hearing voices talking about Nolan, alleging that Nolan was dead on a boat with these kids, which imply that all of those kids killed Nolan. You should be in prison for that. So I don't know why you complaining, talking about, oh, my wife and I tried to help with the Nolan Wells case by enhance. So now you're telling us that your wife enhanced the audio too? I thought you said that you did that. So now you implying that you and your wife enhanced the audio, right? Circulating online. Since then, we've been threatened. Well, if you've been threatened, that has nothing to do with me. I never made no threats towards anyone. I follow all of YouTube's guidelines. You know, all of them. I don't want no smoke with YouTube. That's why I follow all the rules. You said that you've been lied upon. You haven't been lied upon. That's a damn lie. Because you manipulated audio. You lied. You lied. You claimed that you heard people talking about Nolan in the background. That's a lie. You lied. You said that you've been harassed. Man, stop it. You've been doxxed. Fam, who doxxed you? Who? Who doxxed you? Name names. I mean, these people always saying something, bro. Our businesses are being attacked online. They deserve that. I already told you, if you're a business owner and you come out with fake audio, basically accusing Nolan Wells' friends of killing and covering up his death, then nobody should support your businesses. That's what you did to yourself. And we're being painted as criminals that we've never been. Woman, if you altered audio, that's tampering with evidence. Do you understand? That's a crime. We're raising funds to help us during this unsafe time. No, you're just broke. You're broke. I can't believe idiots sent these folks already $6,000, guys. I'm telling you, there's dummies everywhere, fam. All you got to do is come online and beg, and everybody's coming down with the money. You even got idiots talking about an old GoFundMe that I made. As if though you can't use GoFundMe. That's what it's for. It's a fundraiser. I raised funds for content creation and made it very clear what my GoFundMe was for. And you got these damn content creators talking about that. It's real stupid. But yet you got this bogus Give Send Go fundraiser. No purpose behind it. None. Just greedy people trying to capitalize off the situation. That's all they're doing. They're trying to capitalize, guys. Shout out to, is this Jill? Am I pronounced? I can't even see the name. Jill, I believe it's Jill. Shout out to you for the $5 support. Says her rap sheet was exposed by Sarah Fields, probably who she's talking about. Oh, okay. We're going to have to look into that. Gonna have to look into that. Let me screenshot that so I can kind of look into that. But see, she should have named her. She should have named whoever she feel doxed her, because by her saying it like that, it's like she's accusing everybody, you know? This is crazy, man. Everybody's starting these send goes and go send me's and go fund me's. Like, what the heck? Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We got 338 people viewing, and I only got 169 likes. Bro, I can't stand social media, bro. I can't stand it, bro. Like, I'm over here doing the best work. Do you hear anybody on social media breaking this thing down? Nobody. Nobody's talking about this, guys. Nobody. Those of you that are watching this thing via vertical stream, double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Those of you that are on a device, give the video a thumbs up. That's the reason why we can't reach nobody. It's because we got a bunch of damn haters that are cloud watching, most likely watching everything that I talk about so that they can go live and talk about it. Or you just got a bunch of trolls that's just in the background. And you wondering why my chat is members only. Imagine 335 people viewing in the clouds, nobody clicking the like button. But you wondering why my chat room is closed and is only available for members only. It's for that very reason. Because people don't support the work. People don't support the work. So what the hell? What's the point of having an open chat for anybody to just come in there and be free if you can't even click the like button for free? But you watching the show. What's the point of watching? Go watch something else. But no, you love to watch me because I do a damn good job. But at the same time, you hate at the same time. It's sick. But yet you got all these grifters making thousands of dollars by lying. Look at this, man. $6,500 for nothing. And dumb people send their money. Wow. After this woman lied, bruh. She lied. She put out a bunch of fake audio accusing Nolan's friends of covering up a murder. Basically saying that Nolan Wells' body was on the boat dead. She should be arrested, bruh. That's a lie. And people paying her. And I can guarantee you, everybody that's paying this woman is black. They're paying her because she's black. She's laughing, bro. I know she's laughing. She's laughing all the way to the bank. She's probably like, I can't believe these people are this dumb to send me their money. Seriously, man. I need to start me a GoFundMe and say that I'm trying to build a mansion. You know what I'm saying? Out in a nice community. I'm going to start me one, fam. I'm going to start me help Ringo TV buy a mansion. So I can take care of my kids and have a nice home. I'm starting one, fam. Seriously, man. I didn't know it's this easy, man. I didn't know it was this easy to make this kind of money. I mean, Nolan Wells' mom got $800,000. $800,000, bro. Free funerals from Tyler Perry. All she got to do is just cry a little bit, play the game, play the race card. She get what she want. Carmelo Anthony's family got $700,000, basically lying, and he's a killer. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's a reparations plan in 2026. All you got to do is just set up a Give, Send, Go or a GoFundMe, and you could get reparations. The new reparation plan is just fundraise. That's just the way to do it now, guys. So let's get back to the content. Hit the like button. All you haters in the clouds that love to hate Ringo TV, hit the like button. So it goes on and it says, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and the usual suspects of social media personalities, national news media, and local provocateurs continue to invent and spread false narratives and lies with no accountability. This is the typical tactic of Ben Crump and the like. They come to communities like the Gulf Coast under the guise of seeking justice. Another racist statement, guys. Did you get it? He said they come to communities like the Gulf Coast under the guise of seeking justice. Listen, this is disgusting. They're going to have a field day with this, man. They're going to now make a bunch of content calling the father of Warren a racist. He had it. He have it coming. It's coming. Because he's saying that they come to communities. They. Who's they? Black people? So black people come to the communities like Gulf Coast under the guise of seeking justice. This is sick, man. This is sad. I don't understand what is going on, bruh. Like, why are you saying it like that? They come to communities like the Gulf. It's almost like you're saying like blacks is not allowed in the community, man. That's what it looks like, man. Oh man, bro. They come to communities like the Gulf Coast under the guise of seeking justice, but it has become painfully clear that their version of justice is stirring division, ruining lives, and then leaving when the money is dried up. Listen, if you got a problem with Ben Crump, focus on Ben Crump. Focus on Ben Crump. Don't say they. Because you're throwing in all the influencers, the content creators, the news media. It's not good. We know Ben Crump is an ambulance chaser. We already know. I don't support Ben Crump at all. I don't like Ben Crump. He's a hustler, a rage baiter. I've been fair and balanced throughout this entire case, man. I ain't make nothing a race issue or anything. And at the same time, being that I'm fair and balanced, guess what? If you white and you're on bullshit, I'm calling you out too. Period. This is why I don't understand when these dumbass content creators talk about, oh, he's dancing for the white man. He's doing this for the white man. No, I'm neutral. I'm equal opportunity. Doesn't matter who you are, white or black. If you on BS, I'm calling it out. And this is some BS. You understand? You got a problem with Crump, deal with Crump and Nolan's mama. Don't focus on nobody else, because the war that you got going on is not with us content creators. It's with the grifters. Now, if it's a content creator that's spreading hate and division, then I can understand, because there are content creators that are spreading hate. You know, there's a lot of content creators that are spreading hate. So in that regard, you need to focus on calling them out by name, because there's a lot of content creators that are not doing that. They've been fair. They've been balanced. They've been neutral. Yes, they have their criticisms that you may not favor, but at the same time, they've never accused any of Nolan friends of murder. I've never done that on my platform. With all the videos I've got on the Nolan Wells case, I've never accused Nolan Wells' friends of killing him. I've always had to clarify that I'm not saying that these young men is guilty of murder. At the same time, I'm questioning what I'm hearing, and I'll share my thoughts, you know, because there's no evidence that pinned them to a crime scene. But when it comes to the case, we can question things like why they didn't give him his phone, right? Why they left him behind? Why, if they knew he was drunk, that they didn't take his safety and his security concerns more serious? There's a lot of red flags. It goes on and it says, this is the typical tactic. Wait, hold on. I think I went a little ahead of myself. Okay, yeah. This is the typical tactic of Ben Crump and the like. They come to communities like the Gulf Coast under the guise of seeking justice, but it has become painfully clear that their version of justice is stirring division, ruining lives, and then leaving when the money is dried up. We have seen this same pattern time and time again. Most recently during the Carmelo Anthony trial. Uh-oh, shots fired. Uh-oh. 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 Guys, basically what I'm getting here is they understand, and I agree. I agree with this part, because when it says we seen this same pattern time and time again recently during the Carmelo Anthony trial, meaning the grift, meaning that everybody's claiming, oh, he's a victim, and then they just milk the people for money. When Carmelo Anthony is a killer, he's guilty of murder. He killed Austin Metcalf, right? And I've said Carmelo Anthony was guilty from the beginning, and I called out his family for basically making this a full race issue, you know, and they got paid. So I agree when he says we have seen this same pattern time and time again, most recently during the Carmelo Anthony trial. I agree 100%. I just don't agree with the approach of how he's wording certain things and generalizing influencers in with Ben Crump. I don't like Ben Crump. I think that Ben Crump is a horrible human, and he only chase ambulance, and he only make everything race issues. Every time you see him, it always involves a white with a black. I don't like the guy. I don't even know why people keep supporting him. All he do is cause division. So I agree. Yes. Yes. It definitely is a situation where they stir up division. They act like they're seeking justice, but it's not about justice. It's just to stir up division. Yes, I agree. What I don't agree with is this approach with this give, send, go. I think that if these boys are innocent, then leave it alone. Don't stir the nest, because now Crump and all of the race hustlers and the rage baiters all over social media, they're going to have a field day with this. They're going to do it, man. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. You know, if the father was smart, he should have took down this give, send, go, and but it's too late. It's already out there. People already screenshot. They're posting. It's a mess. Yeah, it is making things worse, because again, I've given these boys the benefit of the doubt. I never accused them of murder. I questioned them. Yes. I have harsh criticism. Yes. I'm entitled to that. I'm entitled to ask these questions and to criticize and to judge. At the same time, I never accused them of murder. But because the father did this, guys, it opens up a new can of worms, because now it's like, oh, we're going to war against black people. That's the first thing we're going to get. The first thing black Americans are going to get is that the father of Warren is declaring war on black people. So now all black folk that have anything to say about the young boys that are white, it now turned into a war. This is bad. It would have been better if they just stay quiet and let everything take its course, because here's the thing. None of these young men could be implicated into this without evidence of foul play. Get it? You can't just say, okay, we're going to put Nolan's friends behind bars for his murder. How? You can't do that without facts. So it don't make no sense to get all worked up when there's no facts. You see? So it goes on and it says, this must stop. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. No matter what anyone believes about an ongoing investigation, our legal system exists for a reason. Evidence belongs in the hands of law enforcement and the courts, not in online mob campaigns fueled by rumors, edited clips, edited audio, speculation, and misinformation. See, again, he's definitely talking about this woman. He's definitely talking about her. But see, here's the problem. You should have named her name and put her in there, because he said edited clips, right? Edited audio. He's talking about the woman. You see? He's talking about that woman. Edited clips, edited audio, rumors. There's nothing wrong with speculation. Misinformation, yes, that's a problem. But the issue here is he framed this as a mob campaign that is organized, I guess, by Ben Crump. You see what I mean? That's not cool. He's calling it an online mob campaign fueled by rumors. I speak against rumors. I speak against gossip, the lies. I speak against that. You know, from time to time, I may question certain things based on what people may be thinking. But for the most part, I debunk rumors, misinformation, and lies. So it goes on and it says, this must stop. This must stop. This fund is created for the sole purpose of fighting these individuals. Okay, who? What individuals? Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting? Who are you fighting, I should say? Because you need to make that clear. So it goes on and it says, our goal is simple and twofold, right? Our first goal is to raise money to defend these friends against incoming wrongful death actions filed by attorney Ben Crump and his team. Again, if you know that your son and the boys are innocent and did nothing to Nolan, no matter what Ben Crump filed, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like, I don't understand how could Warren's father be this uneducated to not understand the law? If you are innocent and you have nothing to do with Nolan's death, right? And there's no evidence, no proof that anybody did anything, how could Crump's wrongful death action filed by Crump, how could that work? That's not going to work. I mean, you don't have nothing to worry about. But when you make a give, send, go and act like you're fighting, you make your boys and them look guilty. Now they looking guilty because everybody on social media are going to be like, yo, something ain't right, bro. I'm beginning to think these guys are guilty. That's what they're going to be saying now. You know, this is not cool, man. Now watch this, guys. Our second goal is to fund a robust legal team to sue for the litany of slander and and libel being spread by not only Crump but also many social media influencers. This is where you messed up. You're gonna have a problem now. Do you know how many influencers there are? You talking about suing? Man, you guys are done, bro. And news outlets? This is laughable, fam. This is a joke, bro. So you trying to sue. You trying to put together a legal team with $100,000 to go after Crump, to go after influencers, the news outlets, local provocateurs who know better. This is funny, man. This is sick. This is not going to age well, right? If litigation becomes necessary, this fund will help provide the financial support needed to investigate, claims retain legal counsel, preserve evidence, and hold accountable those who cross the line from expressing opinions into conduct the law may recognize as actionable in any jurisdiction we can find them. Good luck with all of that mess. That's just a waste of time. It's like you're being petty. It's like it's showing signs of guilt. This is not about silencing legitimate discussion or respectful disagreement. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because that's exactly how everybody gonna take it. I don't trust you, sir. I don't trust your son. I don't trust any of those boys. And I would never defend them, ever, because of this public statement that you put out. It is disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. As a father, you should have just let this go. But no, you have an issue with Crump. You should have kept it on Crump. Once you start focusing on influencers on social media, it's not going to age well for you. I promise you, there's going to be 1,000 videos posted by tomorrow about this give, send, go. They're going to go ham. They're going to label you a racist. They're going to label you that you're focusing on making money, that you're soliciting cash. It's going to be messy. You should have never did this. You are trying to silence people. So when you say this is not about silencing legitimate discussion or respectful disagreement, right? It actually is. You said people are free to ask questions and express opinions. I don't think you feel that way, because if that was the case, you wouldn't have a problem with the news media or anybody's opinions. Yes, I don't like the fact that that woman made that audio alleging that she heard something on an audio recording. I think that's disgusting. She should be arrested and charged for that. Yes. But to be upset with influencers because they may have an opinion about your son. Now, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, black people, white people, or whatever, feel that your son is guilty, that he had a play or a hand in Nolan Wells' death. That's their opinion. That's their opinion. They can have that opinion. This is America, remember? So when you say that people are free to ask questions and express their opinions, that's their opinion. So if somebody believes that your son is guilty of a possible cover-up or a possible murder or even a wrongful death situation or whatever, then that's their opinion. So talking about taking legal action or suing or whatever the case is, that's not being smart. And I could tell it don't sound like you even consulted with legal counsel, because they would have probably told you not to do this, because this don't sound good. This is not a professionally written message. It has a lot of red flags. A real attorney would advise you not to even publish this, because it's going to come across the wrong way. Because remember, you're the same guy who put out where is that? He's the same guy, guys, that put out a $50,000 reward for anyone who have information about the teen's disappearance and death. How do you go from setting up $50,000 rewards to pretty much claiming that, you know, you want to set up GoFundMes and all this other junk, give, send, goes, because you don't like the fact that people talking? Nah, man, not going to age well. It's not. So it goes on and it says, this is, where is it? This is not about silencing legitimate discussion or respectful disagreement. People are free to ask questions and express opinions. This is about drawing a line against defamation, targeted harassment, threats of violence, doxing, intimidation, and coordinated campaigns that destroy lives before the facts are known. Well, you need to go after those people that are actually doing that, rather than making it like a generalization of all content creators. because this is not going to age well. It says we know the risk some of you may feel outwardly supporting Warren, Jax, Morgan, and the others. We understand better than anyone that treats you. What? Threats your face? What? You face? Oh. We understand better than anyone the threats you face. I don't know. That didn't even sound right, I guess. We know that although you know the truth, publicly supporting these young men may cause social discomfort or cancellation. Let me see what else we got. Okay. But we also know that you're tired. You're tired of the lies. You're tired of the hate and division. You're tired of judgment before all the facts come out. Yeah, and we're tired of you too. Because you fall in the same category. You fall in the same exact category of what we're tired of. See, there's a way you guys could have did this, give, send, go. There's a way you could have done it that would have made it. If you would have focused only on Ben Crump, like let's say if you guys started your give, send, go, and you said that you are suing Nolan Wells' mother, Ben Crump, and Al Sharpton for starting a racial onslaught of harassment, defamation, and judgment against these boys. If you would have focused only on them, I think the public would have really band with you. But when you start going after and talking about influencers and content creators, and it's like you're predominantly focusing on black people, you're not going to get any support from the black community, number one. And I'm pretty sure the white community is going to support you guys and let you get that 100,000. They're good for that. They're gonna give you about 500,000, right? That you're gonna get the money. But the point is, what you're not gonna get is the public, the court of public opinion. They're not gonna be in favor of you because of this give, send, go message. They're not. You're actually making the boys look guilty. Seriously. This is making the boys look like they did something and you're trying to prevent something from happening. It would have been better to just stay quiet and let things play its course. Then think about all of that stuff if something pop off. But it's almost like the father moved his hand too quick, right? Too quick. So, where we at? Okay. Let me let this scroll up. Okay, but this is it. This is the moment and the cause that can help make a difference. Not a difference just in these boys, but a message that we're all tired of the grift. Well, you need to go after Nolan's mother. You need to go after Crump, Al Sharpton. They're the grifters. Your donation says that enough is enough. Your donation says that the time of exploiting a tragedy under the guise of justice and leaving a community in ruins after squeezing as much money out of it as possible is over. Nolan deserves dignity, not this. Well, I agree with all of that. That I agree with. I'm fair and balanced, so I definitely agree. I just don't agree that you taking up these donations because it's like, it doesn't make sense, right? So I do agree with the fact that Nolan, mother and father, is exploiting the tragedy of Nolan Wells. I definitely agree with that. It's definitely under the guise of justice. I don't believe that the family is really looking for justice. I believe that they are just focusing on making money. That's about it, you know? So let's see what else we got. Okay. They're tired of the grift. Yes, I'm tired of the grift too. It says your donation says that enough is enough. Your donation says that the time of exploiting a tragedy under the guise of justice and leaving a community in ruins after squeezing as much money out of it as possible is over. Nolan deserves dignity, not this. So it goes on and it says, so although we ask humbly for support to stop this onslaught of lies, defamation, we also ask with as much passion as we can muster, because we too are tired. We too are heavy laden. Right? So it says, but right is right and wrong is wrong. If you believe in truth, due process, and holding people accountable through the rule of law and not through internet mobs, we ask for your support. See, when he says internet mobs, he's throwing all of us in the pot, guys. He's throwing all of us content creators in a pot. I don't appreciate that, guys. I don't appreciate that, because I've been doing some of the best work in regards to the case. And even if I have to question the boys, that's a part of my job. My job is to question things. But for him to set this up and call everybody a mob, it's like he threw everybody in one pot as being together, like we're all against Nolan's friends. And that's not cool, man. It's not. So that's pretty much that with this. I mean, it's nothing more with that give, send, go thing. It's just a mess. And they most likely raise more. Let me see how much money they raise. Let me go to it. Have it here somewhere. Okay, let's see how much money they raised thus far. Okay, so now they went up a couple of more thousands. I'm telling you, man, the white community jumped on board, fam. They're not playing. White folk making sure they get that money. Let's see where they at. Look where they at, gang. From 42,500, they had 47,512. This is crazy, man. It's this easy, guys, to raise money. This is sad, man. Absolutely sad. But that's the world we live in, man. It's the world we live in, guys. So anyway, I'm going to get up on out of here. I got to get something to eat. I got to get something to eat, gang. For real, for real. It's like I feel like I've been working for hours, man. So we're going to get up on out of here, guys, and do what we need to do. Shout out to Ghost Introvert for the 5. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says white people will, I guess, always get away with putting down minorities. It's the American way. Again, appreciate the support. This is crazy, man. And remember, guys, they want 100K. So if we see that 100K jump from 100K to 200 to 300, they're grifting for money. They're grifting for money too, guys. You know? So we're going to catch you guys later on. I have an upload that I want to upload, but I'll upload it in the morning, possibly around when I feel people is up. I mean, I could post it now. It doesn't really matter. I might just post it now. I'll just upload it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because people are up at all times. It doesn't matter when you post. So guys, I'm going to get up on out of here, do what I got to do. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Those of you that support the show, it is what it is. If you want to support my show, if you want to support my work, you can always hit the Cash App, $ Ringo TV Raw, or you can super chat the show. At the same time, guys, be blessed. Drive safe if you're on the road. If you're tired, pull over, go to a rest stop, get some rest. It don't make no sense you driving and you tired. Worst thing you could do is drive and tired, right? That's the equivalent of driving drunk, you know? So y'all have a good one. Ringo TV Reactions salute you. Got to get some rest. Get something to eat. Call it a day. Right? So there you go, guys. Nolan Wells, friends. The father of Warren set up a Give, Send, Go, seeking $100,000 to fight social media influencers and Ben Crump and his team. Will he win? We will keep you updated. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Ringo TV, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. Ringo TV Reactions. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Yeah! Ringo TV, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, providing work from 2006 till now. Ringo TV. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm out, everybody. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods and the chat. We out of here. Peace. We out. Yeah. Ringo TV Reactions. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.